Hello, hello. I'm here to do Libra. So that'll be the last of the air signs for today. And then tomorrow I'll do another element. Or blah, blah. I don't want to jinx myself because sometimes when I say that, something will come up and then I'm like, oh, I can't because I lost track of time. And I don't like reading past a certain hour just because it's a different type of form to it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Libra. I don't know why Snowflake Obsidian just came to me, and now I'm about to sneeze, and nope, guess I'm not. Yeah, Snowflake Obsidian keeps coming to me, and so does, I don't know, I just think that you're exploring something new. Libras, I feel like you're also kind of like in your head about something. Like you're over analyzing something when it comes to a situation, maybe a process that you want to learn. Yeah. It's really interesting energy. Very quiet too. Libras. You got the same card as Aquarius with the chaos and conflict, but then you also got come to the edge. I'm hesitating a little bit because I feel like the deck wasn't entirely ready, so I am going to reshuffle and pull another set. But if I were to do a quick little analysis of what this is, I would have to say, Libra, you guys are definitely on the edge of jumping into a new opportunity, jumping into a new situation, taking a leap of faith. Could be in matters of the heart. Could have completed some cycles in the past, but you're definitely in an isolation chamber right now as you go through a transformative process. It's really about following your mind, body, and soul, and like connecting all of that together, and really listening to what your intuition's telling you. It's like you're analyzing something because you want to know how something does something, or you want to know how some process is taking place. Like you want to know why something happens the way it does, or like how somebody does their creative process, or whatever process this might be that you're looking at. It's something that you want to apply in your own life to one way, shape, or form. So you have the why. Lots of threes. Definitely with mind, body, spirit stuff here. So you have a lot of questions about something, and it's causing you hesitation when it comes to taking action. You're questioning something way too much instead of taking the leap of faith. This could be something pertaining to spirituality, or like some type of metaphysical concept that you want to research or you want to learn about, but your questions are getting ahead of your own action taking, where you're sitting and you're thinking more than you're taking action, and they're just saying go for it. Like the energy is going to come, and it's time for you to just go the distance with it, and to put all your energy into something. It's like, where are you going to focus your energy? Why is something unfolding the way that it is? Sometimes we don't always have an answer to the why question. It's a matter of taking action to get into another cycle, or to get to something that you want to achieve, to get to the end result of something. It's putting in that effort to just take a leap of faith, really. And then you also have 2 4s here, which signifies some type of stability. So it's like you could be looking for some type of stability, or you are questioning some type of stability, which kind of makes you want to take action towards something, but you're still kind of stuck on the why. It's like a strategic game. I don't know what that means. There's some type of strategy involved here, but there's also a focus on like your imagination, and like really being creative with yourself, and really like applying that energy in productivity. You guys are definitely more slow moving right now than Gemini and Aquarius, because they're just like pop, 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 pop. And then like you guys are just like chilling. Like, I don't feel like I have to talk super fast. I'm not getting bombarded with energies. It's very docile and quiet, actually. So you guys might even be just like laying low as you go through some type of process. It's like you're studying something or you're researching something. So you could have a lot of people around you right now who are supporting what you're doing. You do have the door to personal healing and happiness right now. So it's like you might actually meet a new group of people. And this new group of people is going to bring some type of opportunity to you. But it's going to require you to take action to release an attachment that you have to something that makes you feel stuck. It could be your own false mask towards something. Like if you have like, I don't know, we all have masks that we wear like on a daily basis, but like what it comes down to is being able to take that mask off and to break out of that chain, to take action towards something. So you're getting some type of healing that's going to come through. You might like meet some significant people, or like there are 3 people significant in your life right now who are playing a huge role in what it is that you're doing or what's coming towards you. You have the World card after it. So it's the completion of a cycle. It's the completion of something. You're going through some type of change. You have 77 and then you have a 5. And what that kind of means is like you're transforming with the help of other people to release something from the past so that you can come to a full closure of something, some type of cycle. You have woman holding a heart. So this could be somebody very special in your life. It doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be a mother figure. It could be a grandmother figure. It could be an aunt. Just some feminine energy that is very caring, very emotional. Could even be a therapist, to be completely honest with you. But this is a wrap-up karmic situation of maybe even feeling isolated or feeling like you can't access some sort of emotion. This is also feminine energy in general, which is being very much well in tune with your heart space. So you might actually meet somebody who offers you that type of healing, and it's through this transformative process. When you come through this cycle, it might ultimately end up in something romantic, but I don't always necessarily see that. And then you do have hostility, so this could even be competition, where it's like you have to weed out like the cycles and the things that keep you feeling trapped versus the things that bring you healing and happiness, which also ties into this attachment card, where you might be stuck in an old way of being or like an old way of doing things because that's what's comfortable to you, but they're really emphasizing to like break out of that cycle and find that personal healing in some way, shape, or form. There's some type of transformative process, but again, you don't always have to know why something is taking place, or like don't overanalyze what's actually going on. Like just kind of like keep moving forward. And then you have the door to value. So and then the sun card at the bottom of the deck, which is there's happiness at the end of the tunnel. It's just like a matter of like you're attached to something and it's causing some type of conflict. And it could be financial conflict. That's really what comes down to it. It could be financial conflict, or it could be interpersonal relationships, like holding on to like old cycles of friends and whatnot, and needing to kind of reevaluate those situations in your life because you're being pulled to something way more spiritual and you don't necessarily have all the pieces of the puzzle to put together right now. And that's why it's kind of like bringing you to this process of like closing out some type of chapter. But you see something abundant through it, but you have to get through some type of attachment first. And it could be to the past or like a way of thinking, but they're saying you have to take action. Like, don't question everything, just take action. I don't typically take cards off the deck, but you have the Magician and the Seven of Swords, so that's saying like you have the ability to manifest something right now, but you know, there's also that self-sabotaging behavior of not going for it, not going after it, like trying to sneak away from it because it's not something that you want to focus on just right now. It's something like that. It's either you or the person that you're connecting with, because you do have multiple energies in your field, especially with the community card here, where there could be competition and stuff around you, or like friends that are kind of like you're going through a cycle right now where you might actually have like new people versus like old people in your life who are like older friends who might be trying to like keep you in that same cycle that you've been in for the last 10 or so years with them, but then you meet new people who offer you new perspectives, and it's like a clash of people, or like a clash of like beliefs or something like that. Especially with the door to personal healing and happiness, it's like there's a door opening for you, and there's a group of people who you're going to come in contact with, or who you're going to meet, who are going to help you. So you have the Three of Wands, which is making a decision, waiting to make a decision, but it's like you know what you're doing. You have 2 threes. You could be deciding between 3 different people. Like if you're in a romantic situation, or if you're like dating or something, or if you're like online dating, it's like you have 3 people in mind, and you know which one you want, but you have to take action towards it. Or you're waiting for some type of opportunity to come towards you. But you're balanced. That's the thing, is you're relatively balanced. But there's some type of conflict. And see, like I keep dropping my cards like all over the place right now. It's very unusual. So I haven't done that all day. And there, see? Like, it's like something slipping through your fingers. I don't know if maybe that's what it feels like. Yeah, so you have the Seven of Cups, so it's like not knowing which way to go. You're really confused. I think you're kind of torn as to like what to take. Like you have so many questions in your mind as to like, where do I go? What do I do? What do I go after? What's coming towards me? Who do I spend my time with? What do I choose to invest in? You know, like maybe you just have like a lot of options around you right now. But something's being balanced and tempered, because you have Temperance here, which is Sagittarius energy. So something's being tempered. It could be a connection, or it just could be like temperance within yourself. You have another 7 too, so you could be like dealing with like maybe like life path stuff. I don't know why 7s I associate that with, but yeah, see, this is the Death card, but it's in reverse, and that's upright, and this is in reverse. This for me is like an awakening, like a rebirth, like a death and rebirth. Like you're at the end, or you're coming to an end of a rebirth cycle, and they're asking you to like basically transmute this energy that you feel, because like you know what decision that you have to make, or you know what it is that you have to like go up against in order to achieve some type of personal happiness, because you have 777 on the board, but there's something that you have to close out. So they're saying like, you know what it is that you need to do, or you know what it is that you want to pick or go after, or like, but you just don't know it, but you're getting stuck in some type of thought loop or something, where you're like, there's just so many people, or there's so many ideas. I don't know which idea to go after. I don't know which creative opportunity to go after. I don't know who to talk to or who to invest my time with. And they're saying like, slow down. Slow down. Because you're in the process of releasing something as well that you might not be totally aware of. But like you're resurrecting something too. Like you're resurrecting something, because you have the completion with the World card, and then you also have like, there's something positive about it though, but it's being kind of hidden. Like I don't know if this is somebody else or if this is you, Libra, but there's something that's hidden where it's like you're confused about what direction to take, but deep down inside you know. It's like, you know, it's something that you've done before, but it's like you're waiting. But whatever it is, it might be, there's competition around it, or some type of competitive energy, but there's also a really positive community too. And then you have the 9 of Pentacles, so that's feeling safe and secure and abundant within yourself, finding independence. Maybe you're going through the end of a cycle of feeling codependent. Like maybe you were maybe like, honestly, because everybody I think goes through it at one point in time in their life where codependency kind of creeps up. And maybe during this isolation period you had a hard time at the beginning, because maybe you're single, maybe you're just not really close to anybody right now, or maybe you're not dating, and so you kind of like maybe went through a cycle where you were like kind of freaking out, where you might have been comfort seeking, where they're saying temper that energy, balance that energy, and be comfortable with where you're at, because you have everything that you need right now. You have everything that you need inside of you. So they're saying like to find that confidence. And then you have the Magician card here, which means that you have the ability to manifest anything that you need or that you want to desire. You have all the tools that you need, but like temper that energy within yourself. Now, this could also be someone else who you could possibly be aligning with. Maybe there's a feminine energy who obviously has emotion for you. But I see this more of you aligning with someone. If it involves another person, I see a rebirth process of whatever connection that was. Where when you find peace in yourself, that's when you'll find the answer that you're looking for. But you have to find peace in yourself first in order for that answer to come about. Knight of Cups just wanted to pop in. So maybe you're dealing with somebody who wants to offer you an apology, or maybe you want to offer an apology to someone, or you want to make like a small, like a romantic gesture towards whomever it is. Now, you do have the Ten of Swords that popped out too. This is the completion of a cycle, especially over the Seven of Cups. This is the ending of a confusing time, of being indecisive, of conflict, of maybe being single and having multiple people in your life. And now you're on the process, like you're on the journey of going through that personal healing, where now you have a Three of Pentacles here, but it's only one person. You see what I'm saying? Because there's two people on this side, because this is the vice versa deck, and now there's one person. So this tells me that maybe you were investing your time in things that were causing confusion, or maybe you were investing your time in things that were not equal give and take. Like you were investing in situations where maybe you had to pull all the emotional weight, or vice versa. This is also recognizing that and showing up to do the work within yourself, or even within a connection, but I don't see another person involved with it. I see more of this as being independent work. This is like showing up for yourself too. I do get a sense of a feminine energy, but they're not coming through very, very much, because right now I think this is more about you. You do have the Judgment card here. So this tells me that something, again, with that resurrection, like I said, there's something being resurrected here. And it could be a situation like with another person who maybe there wasn't adequate give and take, like both people weren't willing to work on something together, and then something's going through someone is going through some type of transformative process to resurrect something here. But there was also an emphasis on being happy and independent. Like the Nine of Pentacles is very happy and independent. You have the Tower card here. So you could be dealing with an Aries energy or a Taurus energy. But it's like somebody has a lot of emotion for somebody, and it's like all of a sudden it's like a Tower moment between the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles here, where there's an obvious masculine and an obvious feminine energy, whether that's within yourself, whether that's vice versa, whether it's you, whether it's the other person. Whomever it is trying to manifest something, but there's also somebody who's coming to a close, or somebody's cycle of being alone and independent is coming to a close. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like this next person's cycle is going to learn how to like have to work with another person, whereas they got very comfortable being by themselves and they were very abundant being by themselves. But now it's like that coming together of sorts of coming together and working together with another person and stopping the cycle of a lot of options or being indecisive. Like that is coming to a full close. That type of energy of indecisiveness is coming to a full close. It's like a Tower moment. Could be dealing with somebody with very strong Scorpio or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's also a lot of anxiety here. Someone could be in feminine energy and they know that they have a lot of emotion, but again, something needs to get wrapped up, and it's something that involves competition. But something's very valuable, and so you have the Emperor here. So the Emperor, you could be dealing with someone who's a little bit older than you, someone who has a business or is like an entrepreneur. This person's very much well in control of their home, might even be a person who has kids, might even have a family, or they have their own foundation already built. But this person in the past could have been unwilling to work on something with another person. Like they were very reluctant to make a decision, and they had things that had to come to an end in order for something to kind of be brought down for them. This person had to go through some type of an awakening and some type of transformation in order to do this. Hi, Kimi. Hold on, I gotta shut my door really quick. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. So this person definitely already has some type of structure that they've put in place and some type of thing that they've built. Whatever the case may be, though, is that whatever they've been working on hasn't been equal give and take, and it kind of came to an end. Or they're at the end of it, and it could have been not making a decision. Like if you were dealing with someone who's very stubborn, like Aries, Taurus type of energy here, like very my way or the highway, like this person is having a serious reality check, because it's like they realized that they weren't giving as much as they could have, or that they weren't making a decision when they should have been making a decision. And in that return aspect of it, they have to deal with a lot of that competition and that type of like energy here. I also see an energy who kind of got sick of living that way, like of being single, and they kind of like, they finally are listening to what their soul wants, and they want that commitment, and now they're finally like offering some type of gesture to show up in a situation, especially with Judgment, and then the Death card like this, because for me this always indicates some type of rebirth. And it's like the ending of being independent and single, really, but not in a bad way, because you always want to be independent, but it's being too comfortable with being like alone. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like some people really love and thrive when they're alone, but this is somebody who deep down inside they want some type of connection. They want that. And then you have the Three of Cups here. So again, this might be somebody who in the past talked to multiple people at one time, but see, they're going after the Four of Wands. This is like a reconciliation for me. This is like a celebration and a reconciliation. Whereas, again, they could have been talking to multiple people in the background. They could have been that type of person in the past. Again, strong Aries, strong Taurus, strong Scorpio. But how I see this is really them coming to terms with themselves and being like, okay, this is what I want. I want to work towards some type of reconciliation and celebration, because I want to build a foundation and have a happy and healthy structure. Like this is happiness. You know, the Four of Wands, like that's the happiness. That's having structure and stability, and like, you know, having a business even together, like being financially stable with one another. Strong Capricorn energy too. So you also have the Lovers that fell out. So you might have somebody who has a strong Gemini placement, or this is just a decision that's being made between lovers, or a decision that's being made in general when it comes to what path they are going down towards. So, and then you have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So this is somebody who's been soul searching for a significant period of time, or has taken a while to soul search, but this is also an individual who's very stubborn. So it's kind of hard to say, because somebody's stuck on the why, they're stuck on the how, they're stuck on the what could have, and it's like you don't want to be stuck in that energy. You want to keep just moving forward and keep moving that energy. Don't get stuck on questions, just keep moving it. And when it comes to doing readings like this, where there's obviously different people in the reading, I never want to keep anybody stuck. I always want people to do their best to move forward and just do what's best for them. But a lot of people obviously don't do that, and they have their own lessons to learn. So just be careful, because again, this isn't going to be something that happens overnight. This could be something that extends for the next 3 months. Like, it is a general reading. Also, that's also something to take into consideration. And if the shoe doesn't fit, don't make it fit. Obviously, there's a feminine energy who has a lot of emotion towards somebody or a situation even. But there was another person on the other end who maybe was talking to multiple people and did not want to commit just yet, but they've gone through some type of transformation and ending of a cycle in their life, where now it's a detaching from the past so that a cycle can close. But there's something that is being reborn out of the process of it. And there's also some type of, it's like somebody watching, like, you know, like for my generation, it's like watching somebody go through like a glow up. Like somebody sees you doing well and they see you being successful, but they're not like, they're kind of like mad in their own like shit because it's like, oh, I missed out on an opportunity. And I don't like attitudes like that personally. That's not like the type of people that I would be like giving my time to, because it's like, well, you passed it up in the beginning, so like now that I'm doing good, you want to like come back in? Like, no. Like, know your worth and love yourself enough to know what you truly deserve, and only you can make that best judgment, you know what I'm saying? Like, only you can make that judgment call. But they see somebody being very successful and comfortable with where they're at, and they're going to probably most likely hit you with a tower, where it's going to be like a reveal of something where you're going to see the truth about a situation. And that's really what it comes down to, is you're going to just see the truth of a situation. And that's really all the messages that I have for you guys. I mean, they all kind of came out pretty quick. So since we're at, wow, only 25 minutes, all the rest of them took so much longer. Or they were just like jam-packed. Let me pull you one of these cards. Oh, that's way too many. I only wanted one more. So you have the Page of Water and the Renewal card. And I figured I'd pull you guys these cards since your reading is a little bit shorter than everyone else's. Or at least that I've done today. With the Page of Water here, you have intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. And it says, a new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. So that kind of goes along with what I'm saying, where somebody might kind of come back around. And it's really, for me, it's a focus on that intuition and being open no matter what the outcome is. Like, don't just like open up your heart, but be open to all unconditional love. Like, you don't have to just invest your time in this person, but you can be loving and compassionate towards them with boundaries. This also says that a relationship begins a new phase, so this could be a new cycle with somebody who was very stubborn in the past, who wasn't willing to work with you. This could be a whole new phase of that type of relationship where maybe they come back and offer an apology, especially with the Page of Water. You might get an apology from someone, and it's like, you know, they're saying like just be open to it, or at least have, you know, hold a space for that person to just be, you know, for forgiveness. And then you have the Renewal card, which is review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. And on this card in specific, it's like a family on the front of it. So, especially over the Four of Wands, it's like there might be a positive thing that comes out of this. But again, only you can make that decision for you, and you have to use your intuition on that, because obviously not everybody who comes back is going to be the person for you. Like, use your best discernment and be smart about it, and listen to what it is that your soul wants, listen to what it is that, you know, speaks to you on another level. Only you can make the best judgment as to like if this person is authentic with you or not. Like, it says review and evaluate it. Like, take your time and make this decision. If you get a phone call, or if you get a text message or a DM or something, like, you know, don't jump to any conclusions. Just take your time and just be at ease. Like, just be at ease with yourself, and be at ease with knowing that, you know, all the information is going to be presented to you, that you're going to make the decision in your own time, that, you know, everything also goes down for a reason. So take that into consideration as well. And it's saying time to move in a new direction. So all that old shit that you've been dealing with in the past, all those old cycles, like, let it go and keep moving forward, and try to transmute as much positive energy as you possibly can, and just keep that vibration high, keep yourself high, high vibrational, you know, to each its own, but you know, like, just keep that vibe high and just do your thing, and stay positive. And that's really all the messages that I have for you guys, Libra. Thank you all so much for your support. I love you guys so much. I hope everyone's staying safe and that everybody's doing well. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care.